Alright guys, in this video we have some more PlayStation 5 information to go over and talk about. We're going to be discussing a new leak that has come out, apparently showing off the PlayStation 5 UI, at least a portion of it, and it's also letting us know how much usable storage will be available with the PlayStation 5's SSD. We're also going to be going over some official information. It has to do with the Japanese YouTubers who are going hands-on with the PS5 and who are going to be giving their thoughts and impressions on it relatively soon. I think it'll actually be sometime tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And what's interesting about it is we have our first image of somebody actually with a PlayStation 5 or next to a PlayStation 5 in person. And the console's definitely big, but it looks really good in my opinion. And we also have more games confirmed other than Astro's Playroom that these YouTubers are going hands-on with, that they're going to be letting us know what their experience is like and probably showing off more gameplay. So this is what we're going to be going over in the video. If you could do me a favor, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification icon as well. But we're going to be starting with this leaked UI. This is something that has been making the rounds, and I'm gonna let you guys know right up front, I think it's completely fake. And to be honest, one of the reasons I decided to cover it is to just kind of let you guys know you really should be very skeptical of this. I mean, we should always be skeptical of all leaks, but we are at a point in time right now where PlayStation fans are very eager to see the PS5 UI and learn more about the PlayStation 5, how it's going to function, what the user experience is going to be like, storage, all of this stuff. And so the timing of this just makes complete sense, right? Something else that we do need to understand here is that the individual who is apparently leaking this information is actually charging people for the images and for the videos. So that is honestly all you should really need to know to immediately put two and two together and realize this is completely fake. I will admit it's a pretty good fake. And in fact, it's so good that there are some people who still think it's legitimate. And I will admit that when you watch the video clip, when you see it, and I'll probably have it playing in the background at least once or twice, that you don't really need any audio because it's the same sound that you heard with the tease of the PlayStation 5 UI boot screen that we got back in June during the Future of Gaming event. And it's Russian individuals. They're speaking Russian to one another. I don't know what they're saying, but you know, I can understand why some people look at this and believe this is legitimate, because a lot of times when it comes to these leaked videos specifically, they're usually done at like a weird angle and it's really blurry, it's really hard to see. It's not the case with this here, but still, that does not mean it's legitimate. So it says here, Reddit user WSB Bernie Madoff claims to have paid 100 euros to someone in Russia for a video that apparently shows the PlayStation 5 booting up. Before we get into it, check out the video for yourself first, and so they link the video, which again I should have already had playing in the background. The internet is torn over whether this video is real or not. For starters, we do know that Japanese streamers will start sharing their impressions of the console soon, so it's definitely out there. What we don't know is how these guys got a hold of the console, if the video is real, that is. Speaking of which, users who believe the video is fake have pointed out that the image of the UI that Sony officially revealed could have been slapped onto the footage. Others believe that the controller might be fake, especially since Sony has been officially showcasing the standard white controller so far. However, do note that this could be a dev kit, and we have seen real photos of a black DualSense with white buttons. Then there's the question of why the leak doesn't show the UI, but considering that someone was willing to pay 100 euros for a 25-second video, it's easy to see why the leaker wants to withhold the rest. It's a great way to make some money out of people hungry for information, since Sony has been pretty quiet. And so, you know, it goes on to finish saying here, then again, if this is a dev kit, the leaker probably wants to avoid going any further than this due to fear of repercussions. And so, look, I'm not saying that there isn't an off chance that this is legitimate. I mean, yeah, you look at the controller and we have seen the black DualSense for dev kits and whatnot, but I don't know, man. To me, there's just something about this that just screams it's not real, right? But something else that is very interesting with this that has come out is apparently, I'm assuming it's the same individual who leaked these images. And there's 3 images, and they are very blurry. They are not good images. There's a lot of screen reflection and whatnot, so it's difficult to see. But if you look at these images, it's apparently revealing how much usable storage will be available in the PS5's SSD. It says, according to a series of leaked photos, the PS5 SSD will have 664 gigabytes of usable storage, thanks to the OS overhead and other use. The SSD, which sits at the heart of the PS5 and the PS5 Digital Edition, is sitting at 825 gigabytes, uploaded by a Russian user on NeoGAF. See, so it's a Russian user. I'm assuming it's the same individual. The photos display a glimpse of the PS5 UI while revealing that the console will have 664 gigabytes of usable storage. Now, a lot of people are kind of freaking out about this a little bit because they're like, whoa, 664 gigabytes. Now, I want you to know that regardless whether or not this leak is legitimate, that number is plausible, believe it or not, because the OS is going to take up a lot of memory, or at least a decent chunk. That's always the way it is. And I will admit that if it is 664 gigabytes, that is pretty low. I mean, that's pretty close to, you know, getting to that 500 gigabyte mark, which just seems kind of unacceptable at this point in time. But you know, there's a specific reason the PlayStation 5's SSD is 825 gigabytes, and there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to have less than that actually usable and available. For me personally, I can't say that if this were to be the case, that is, if, you know, 664 gigabytes is in fact the amount of usable storage we're going to have, I can't sit here and say that that would bother me too much, because I've literally never run into an issue where I've had too many games on my hard drive and I had to start deleting some. I've just never run into that issue. I'm just not that type of person. I don't usually keep games installed on my hard drive that I know I'm not going to be playing anytime remotely soon. But I do understand that for a lot of people, that's far from ideal. And I will say that the bigger problem here, if this is true anyway, if this is actually the amount of usable storage we're going to have, the bigger problem is not that. I think the bigger problem is the fact that Sony still has yet to really talk about any usable SSDs with the PlayStation 5 or confirm which ones you can use with the PS5 and which ones will be compatible. In my opinion, that's going to be something that Sony absolutely needs to talk about, because a lot of people do care about storage and they do care about having their games ready to go and not having to constantly delete them and reinstall them. So, you know, it's up to you to decide whether or not you think this leak is legitimate or not. Again, the timing of it is people are very hungry for new PlayStation 5 information about the OS, the UI, all the details. So, you know, there's no doubt that individuals would have something to gain by leaking this. But I will admit the video, it is kind of convincing, but something about it, I don't know. It just comes off as like, I don't know if I can believe this. But, you know, I've been burned by many leaks in the past, and I think that that has something to do with this as well, where I'm just like, look, you know, I've covered many leaks here on the channel. There have been leaks that I really did believe were true and could be legitimate, just to find out that I was taken for a ride. And so I guess I'm just being more skeptical these days. And so I will be interested to see what you guys have to say, whether or not you think this is a legitimate leak and we're actually looking at the PS5's UI. And if you believe that the PS5 will actually have only 664 gigabytes of usable storage. But to kind of finish this video off, I do just want to let you guys know it has been confirmed that at least the virtual YouTuber Lulu Suzuhara, hopefully I'm saying their name correctly, they're going to be going hands-on with 3 PlayStation 5 titles. Astro's Playroom, which we already knew about, but Godfall is apparently another title that they're going to be playing, and that I'm going to be interested in because I'm actually pretty excited for Godfall and I want to see more gameplay. I just want to know how it feels, if it, you know, feels as good as I'm assuming it will to play. But they're also saying they're going hands-on with Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. That's not a game I'm looking forward to that much, but I know others are. So if you're looking forward to either of these games, you might want to pay attention. Again, I don't know what the situation is completely like when it comes to how Sony plans to handle this, because I do find it strange that they're just seemingly doing this for Japanese YouTubers and streamers, but we haven't really heard anything else beyond that. So I don't know. This could very well be all we get for right now. but look out for that. And the final thing I just want to leave you with before ending this video is the image that has come out of a Japanese YouTuber or content creator actually sitting next to a PlayStation 5. This is 100% a legitimate image. It looks like one of the first images we've seen of somebody posing next to a PS5. And it's weird because I put it out on Twitter that to me the PS5 certainly looks like a massive console, but you know, we know that the PS5 is the largest console Sony has ever produced in the history of PlayStation. And you know, people are getting like defensive about it for some reason, and I'm not sure why, because I've said it many times before, the console is, in my opinion, very big, but it looks really good. Like, I think Sony nailed the aesthetic of the console, which in my opinion is more important, right? Like, it can be as big as it needs to be, but if it looks good, in my opinion, that's what matters. Other people think it doesn't look good, but I think you can clearly tell here, looking at this individual posing next to it, it kind of does give you a sense of just how big it is. Now, obviously, there are some people who have grossly exaggerated how big the PS5 is, making it sound like it's literally like 3 feet tall, and you know, it's not going to fit in any entertainment center, and it's just going to stick out like a sore thumb. I think it looks really nice. I am glad to finally see an image of somebody you know, posing next to this console so we can get a better idea of what it looks like in person. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this, but that's going to do it for the video. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. Again, if you did, leave it a like. Make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already. Hit the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.